lot of people have been talking about the ATFs warrantless searches over the last few months. And we've read a lot of examples of times people have had their property seized because of these warrantless searches. But just published was the local notice from the ATF, because when you seize property by law, you have to do a public notice. That way it shows people how to get their property back. I'm going to put a link to that public notice right here, because the things I'm about to say, I don't want you to think, well, he's just making this up. That link, this came from the ATF just yesterday. So I'm going to put that link below. But what we're looking at is we are literally looking at thousands and thousands of guns around this country have been seized by the ATF in just the end of July and throughout the month of August. This is what we've seen, including tons of ammo and gun components. Now, what I'll also say, and this was the surprising thing, is you can go through and it'll say which state these things came from, and every state has, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But there were 4 states that stood out. Again, check out the link below, because I don't want you to take my word for it. But the 4 states that had the overwhelming seizures, we're talking thousands of guns from just these 4 states alone, was Texas, Florida, Arizona, and New Mexico. And of course, Texas, Florida, and Arizona claim to be Second Amendment sanctuaries to some degree. But again, look at the link of the seizures. Now, Missouri, my hometown, I'm just going to kind of throw out an example here. In my hometown of Missouri, they passed a law that prevents the federal government from coming in and infringing on our Second Amendment rights. And that includes, to some degree, the ATF as well. In Missouri, there were 2 seizures that took place. There was one seizure where a guy lost one .40 caliber bullet, and another seizure where a guy lost 30 rounds of 5.56. No guns, just 31 rounds total seized from the state of Missouri. Meanwhile, you go to Texas and Florida and North Carolina, it's just pages and pages and pages and pages. Hundreds and hundreds, and leaning on to thousands from each state have been seized by the ATF. So there's really 2 parts of this that are very disturbing. Number one, that there's so many warrantless seizures taking place in our country right now. But number 2, that particular states are allowing it to take place. It's appalling that this is happening, these warrantless searches. So again, I'm going to put that link below. Don't take my word for it. These are the seizures. This is what the ATF is publishing on what they have seized in the end of July and throughout the month of August into September. We're looking at thousands of guns, mostly from those states. So again, I'll put that list below. Scroll through it, find your state. It's fascinating to see what's taking place. I was a little curious. It took me, I don't know, about 40 pages down. I finally got to Missouri, and I was glad to see it's 31 rounds of ammo. 1 round from one guy and 30 from another. That's all that's been seized from the Missouri. Meanwhile, everywhere else just getting bombarded by the ATF's warrantless searches and seizures of your property. So I would definitely reach out to your governor and your local officials to say, why are we allowing the ATF to take advantage of the citizens of our state like this? Of course, if you live in California, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Hawaii, got a list of a bunch of others, you just got to expect it. That they want the ATF there to seize your weapons. But when you live in places like Texas and Florida and Arizona and New Mexico, you're crossing some serious lines. I'd like to add here that we did an interview with Maggie on her experience with the ATF. I'm going to put that link right here. Any thoughts or insight on that? Again, I'm going to put the link. It is from the ATF. This is not me just saying some data. This is literally just published from the ATF. I'll put that link below. Again, any thoughts or insight, put that below as well. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.